in Nigeria. One of my clients who is based in the DRC in Congo sells spare parts, and one of the things he did was he bought huge amounts of his spare parts and he stockpiled it. People in spare parts do this a lot because spare parts does not expire. So if the dollar rises, you have old stock that you can sell at current price and make more profit. So he did that, but what then happened was that suppliers in China are now setting up on the ground in Africa. They are now sending Chinese people to come and open shops, and they will send the products from their warehouses or their factories in China to Nigeria and other African countries, and they are competing against you for your customers. So when you are competing against your supplier, I can't even imagine how you will thrive because they will beat you in terms of costs. And the Chinese are so good with business that many of them even do credit, supplier credit, just to win you over. They will give you credits and they tell you, they give you terms, they make you an offer that is very difficult for you to resist. Making sure that you have a war chest. Sometimes you can have that war chest and you warehouse it in real estate. You can put it in other investments. It could be stocks, it could be treasury bills or whatever it is. But bottom line is, there will come a time in your business when things will not be as rosy as they used to be, and you may need to make an important and decisive decision. It could be to make key changes in the business. It could be to introduce new products or develop new products that will cost money. And at that time, you may not have access to capital. It may not be as affordable for you. You don't have to rely on the money that you have kept aside.
So that's one of the financial habits, to ensure that you don't eat your profit and things like that.
Don't eat your profit. You need to be mindful of hidden costs. There are hidden costs in a business. It's not as if these are costs you are not seeing. One of the recent examples I saw was with a client. Business is really good. It's a cash-heavy business. So you are saying cash is coming in, cash is going out. And the assumption of this is that the business is quite profitable. But then we said, let's do the audited accounts for the last 3 months, for the last 3 years, and see. When we looked at the profitability of this business, it was profitable, but not by as much as we expected. And one of the key reasons, one of the major costs that were responsible for the low profitability was something we least suspected. Before now, we were looking at, is it salary? Is it rent? It could be diesel. It turned out to be bank charges. Now, bank charges is a cost of running business that many people do not usually remember. It's a cost of running. We usually write it off because it's a small amount. But bank charges, by the time we classify it in accounting terms, bank charges is a variable cost. A variable cost is a cost that rises with your volume of business that you're doing. So the more sales you are doing, the more those costs will be rising. And it's also, in this case, it's a variable direct cost, because as the customer buys something from the business and is paying at the POS, as you are taking the money for that sale, the bank is taking their own at that point. So it's direct and variable. So by the time we looked at this cost, we're like, this cost needs to change. It has to stop being a variable cost, because there are bank accounts in Nigeria where they charge you a flat monthly fee. You can do any amount of turnover you want. For a business at that level, a flat fee makes more sense than a variable fee.